Good evening, friends. As I promised you people, I'm making the video for the multi-bagger stocks. That is 5 days close. That is 66.6, above 66.6% level. I have provided the screener for you people. From that screener, I'm going to discuss about two stocks. One is ICICI Bank, another is Axis Bank. So I've already discussed about the trade in equity underlying. So I want to show you how you can trade in options. Let me go to the options of Axis Bank. When it opens, when it comes into the radar, it's a gap up, 1089. And immediately what we are going to do is, we are selecting the option, out of the money option. Out of the money option, around 1100 option, you can select it. Let me go to this is the Axis Bank underlying stock. It opened around 1087. Remember that. 1087 and the low is 1082. Okay. I'll take you to the option chart. Axis Bank 1100 call option. We'll go 1100 call option. Let me change the time frame to 5 minutes. You can see it opened around, in between there is no liquidity. Even then you could have traded, because in the underlying, let me go to this Axis Bank, put the Axis Bank, or we can even go to the call option because it's not very costly. Axis Bank, let me go to the underlying stocks. Okay. So 1090 or 1090 call option. We'll see for that. 1090 call option. I did a mistake. Yes, this has got a liquidity. See, it started from the level of 16 rupees. 16 rupees. How you could have traded in the market. Let me enable the indicator. I've enabled the indicator over here. And why it's not coming. Okay. Time. Okay. So today is 15th. And I'll apply for 15. Okay. This is time sequences. So morning itself, the first candle. In this Axis Bank, you got a trading opportunity in the first 5-minute candle itself. I'm going to hide the indicator and I'll show it to you. See, in the first 5-minute candle, it opened gap up, and it was closing was a red candle. And then next candle, it went below the closing price of the first candle, and it is just a sweep of this liquidity, and it is closing inside the first candle. This candle, it's here itself, you got the trade. For that, here what I've done is I've tweaked the FIB tool. FIB tool, I'll show you how to do that. Let me go to the FIB tool, go to the settings. If I go to the settings, what I've done is I've retained the 0 position, and I have made 90 degree 0.9, and -9 means the bottom of 90 degree, minus 0.9, and I've made 0.261 and minus 0.261. And then I have 0.66 also I need, and minus 0.66. These are the things I have tweaked it, and I've made this as a circle. See, if I apply the circle to this, if the circle center is a diameter like this, 1750, say for example, is the center of the circle. So I used to divide 0.26 above, 0.66 above, and below minus 0.26 and 0.66. See, 90 degree, a circle will be divided into like that. Instead of that, I made it a simple so that even the values can also be seen in this. If I apply, I'm going to apply this too, so that you will be knowing the value. I'm bringing this indicator, fixing it to the bottom of the 5-minute candle. Or since it is a gap up, you can fix it from the here or from the swing low previous day, because it is an option. Since it is an option, it is better actually if you see for the previous day swing low. And this is 0 degree. 0 means 180 degree. And entire thing is we'll consider it as a circle. Option trading is entirely different from the underlying trade. So if you see here, the price as was at the bottom of the 0.66 level, and it gapped up to, from the previous day, gapped up to above the 180 degree and made an high of, it gapped near to the 0.66%, so it became expensive. Then, see, these are the two important levels, below and above the 180 degree. So it dipped down to 0.26. It didn't even come to 0.66. So here itself, it started showing a reversal in the market. So when I apply this, you know the level is 17.25, 18.65, 20.75, and values also come into the. So immediately it started showing. If I put the Gann cycle, in the first 6 minutes, 10:30 itself, like it behaved like a index. Morning itself, it started rallying by 9:40, and even in the second 11th period, that is around 10:10, it made an high. Later, it gave a discount, that too not much. It came up to the 0.90 minus, this is the circle boundary. It came up to this, and then it took a support and it rallied further. So this is how you need to see for the price action immediately. And also, if you notice here, during the time period, 1 hour, it rallied even up to 25 rupees. Suppose if you would have caught this here from 17.45, or if you would have entered here, or if you would have entered above the 0.26 crossing, even you can enter here, because this is the diameter of the circle. When the price starts moving above the diameter of the circle, that is, if you put a protractor here is 0.5, it's almost 15 degree. It will correspond to 30 degree. So in between 30 and it will be around 15 degrees. Already it has moved. That is a positive thing. You can enter into the target. The Axis Bank was a very good, it has given a very good profit in Axis Bank, and it rallied from 17.5. If you would have entered here, it rallied up to 31. 31, you can get these are the 5 levels. You can see 27.49, one circle and another cycle. So it rallied to, these are the pi levels, 32.48. So it has gone up to 30.90 and 31, like that. So from 17, the lot size of ICICI Bank, you will be knowing it. Maybe lot size, let me check here, show it to you. Lot size of Axis Bank. I think it is 400 points. 400 or 600. 625. 625. So you have gained around almost double. You have gained 13 rupees in this. 625 into 13. You are getting around 8,000 rupees in this option. That is from this, our screener 0.66. Entering into the option is little bit different, and in the underlying it will be different. This is Axis Bank. You can see, let me go to the 5 minutes. The price action is different. You can see over here. It is almost similar. Even for that also, you can use the same way from here to here. You put this, and here is 180 degree. Here it came below the 180 degree and it tested the 0.261. That is the difference. It made a low of 16.85, whereas in Axis Bank underlying, it is not coming below the circle's diameter. That is the difference between the underlying and the option trading. You should know this. So, you just put this two, dividing it. This is nothing but knowing where the position is, whether it is in the upper trajectory, if it is in the positive territory or the negative territory. It is in the positive territory. When it is in the positive territory, you can go long. And this screener has been structured for that. Actually, you need not worry. Actually, I am going to show about the ICICI Bank. Even though it gapped up, there was no momentum, but it continued to rally and it gave a decent profit also. Let me type in ICICI Bank. We will analyze ICICI Bank, how it was different from this trading. There were so many in the screener. See, ICICI Bank gapped up so much, and the 1340 call option was the selection. See, if you take this, it was a huge gap up from this, and 0 is here. It did not come to 0.261. Here itself, it started trading here. Later, it picked up. It was very choppy. This trade was very choppy. Let me go to the option chain. Let me type in ICICI Bank. Okay, let me go to the options. 1340 call option in the money. See, it was a huge move from the bottom. From 16.30, it moved hugely. From 16 to 27, almost 90 degree. Then it started correcting. This is an option. It started correcting through the time. It made a double bottom around uh, in between 10, 11 period and 28 period. There it started reversing. It was very choppy. The people who are not experienced to take the trade, they will actually entry should be. Some people, they make a mistake. They enter here. Some people, they entered actually 25 or then when it started moving down, they will get panic. You need not panic. These type of stocks, which they are all breakout stocks. There was no momentum in the ICICI Bank because it started correcting through time. It came down to 10 o'clock and 11 period. That is 11 and 28 period of the Gann series cycle. Then it was a bit choppy and it did not straight away go, decent move upwards. It was moving up. There was no liquidity. It was coming down. A lot of manipulation. Even though there was lot of choppiness, the entry, if you would have taken around 22 rupees, because it is giving you all the levels, 22.35 and 21.10 is your circle diameter. Here I have taken it from the swing low because for the option premium will be you need to do like that, because for the option premium, because they will be decaying it and sometimes they will decay much. So that's why I have considered the previous day swing from where it has rallied. I'm considering it and applying it, taking it as a circle over here, not applying it to the first 5-minute candle. Whereas in underlying, you can do that. Here, you got an entry around 22.3. If you would have entered around here, it gave a decent return of 28. It rallied up to 28.85. 28.75, 28.90. It came up to 28.90 and it started correcting. So it wouldn't have disturbed even in the intraday around 2:30. It started coming down. You will not panic actually. You will not panic because this is the time cycle. This is the time cycle high. That is 11:10:45 high was 23.35. You can keep the stop loss and you can ride the trend. Probably the ICICI Bank, this call option may move higher tomorrow. If we go to the underlying chart, let us see the thing in the market. So since it has corrected over here, it is a long leg doji, probably it can rally tomorrow also. Tomorrow it can rally. We need to see if it rallies, it can go up to 1373. 1373, it will be crossing all-time high. See, you can see there. Or it may face resistance. It may cross 1373 and it may go up to 1420 also. There, these are the stocks, nothing but breakout stocks, weekly breakout stocks. But only thing is in options, while trading in options, you need to wait for the correction through the time cycle. I've taken the example of two stocks. There were so many stocks today, like MFSL came to radar, and also Granule, so many stocks came in the screener. Again, so many people are asking me about the screener. Again, in this video description, I'm attaching the screener. First, understand the concept. Go through my videos. If you are a new visitor to my channel, you should go through, understand the concept. This is a very simple concept based on the Gann's principle. Gann principle is nothing but market structure. Market structure is, in a simple term, the market is making a higher high or lower high and correction. While coming down, it will make a lower highs, and while going up, it makes an higher high and higher lows. Okay, that is the principle which is involved in the Gann's principle. And actually, Gann considered the importance of the time also. I've incorporated the time also for the rotation of the angle. Once it reaches the peak, it takes time to come down and it has to rotate. So that you need to, in stock options, you need to wait for the time cycle. Usually in our market, if the any stock, whether it is in momentum, for example, ICICI Bank was not in momentum, it struggled. It came down to the 10:30, 10:45, 11 time cycle, and then it picked up. Whereas in Axis Bank, it was an instantaneous up move. There was a very good momentum in that stock. If you would have picked, you could have made a very good money. Whereas in ICICI Bank, the entry with 22 rupees and target was 28 to, if you would have exited around 28, see, almost 5 rupees, around 3,500 you could have cashed in this ICICI Bank. Even with the struggle, with the proper entry, you could have made 3,500 in the stock. Okay, friends, I hope it has clarified your doubts, and you need to practice. Practice makes you perfect. And this is a new concept. You need to get adjusted to it. You have to paper trade and you have to observe the market. You should not jump into the market. And also consider the volume also. While selecting whatever comes from the screener, see for the volume and decide on your own. For that, you can apply one more indicator that I have already shown it to you. That is positive net volume and volume. I'll show it to you. I'll apply again and show it to you. Net volume of positive and negative volume. This is very good indicator. I've already made video about this net volume indicator. Using net volume indicator, you can build a strategy. I've shown it to you. For example, if I go to the intraday time frame, let me go to the 5 minutes time frame. Here, it was a dip. Around this area, the market picked up and the volume, net volume, buyer's volume increased. Slowly, it moved higher. You can see on your own. Let me go to the apply the Axis Bank. This volume will help you very much. If you are in doubt, you can put this indicator and you can cross-check with that. See, from the beginning itself, it was a positive volume. That's why the momentum was there. Whereas if I go back to the Pi Industries that came yesterday, Pi Industries, see the volume here? From the beginning, it started moving. Today, it was a corrective day. Let me go to the Dixon Technology, which came yesterday. You can see on the yesterday, see the peaks, volume peaks, so much. There is a lot of momentum. That's why exponentially option price moved higher in Dixon Technology. Even this move continued to the today also. It was not a stop. It came up to 15,000. From it gapped up from 13,000, 2,000 rupees gain within 2 days. That is nothing but, let me measure the percentage in term. Sorry, I've picked up a different tool. Let me pick up this tool. From the gap up, you are getting 11 percentage. What more you want? More than 10 percentage. 12.98 from the gap up. So from even I have made a screener for 3 days close and change of character. From there also you can pick up, but the option premiums will not be liquid. Only if it crosses above the breakout. All these stocks usually they will be liquid and they become liquid and they will be tradable. So that's why you can trade in the options. Otherwise, you can consider for investment opportunity or swing opportunity in the equity. Suppose if you, by seeing this, if you would have entered around 12,000 or 12,700, you would have gained more than 17%. 17% is huge. No banks will give you, no fixed deposit will give you. Okay, friends, thank you very much. I hope you understood. You start practicing it. In the options, you wait for the time cycle. It will give you discount. Do not enter immediately because it pops up to the 90 degree. You must remember that it pops up to 90 degree. It has to normalize before rotating to upside. So it takes time. So the time involved in rotation is around 10:10 and between 10:10 and 11, you get the trade. Sometimes instantaneously, like Axis Bank got, and in Pi Industries, Dixon Technology, they were instant. Few stocks behave in a different way and few stocks behave in an entirely different way. So there are two types of presentation. You need to know about it and you have to trade. Whatever may be the presentation, these breakout stocks will not fail. They will at least, even if you enter late, if you are stuck, you will get your money back. Thank you very much, friends. Nanakshi Swami signing off.